morning, Willowbrook. Today's devotional passage is in Revelation chapter 17. Now we're coming down to the home stretch of this book, but I love the fact that John says in chapter 1 that blessed is he who reads and those who hear these words. We read them and we hear them, but we all know how difficult they are to understand sometimes. Some think the descriptions John writes are metaphorical. Some think they're symbolism. But John, in the very first verse, says that one of the 7 angels came to him and said, "Come, and I will show you the punishment of the great prostitute." And he was carried away in the Spirit. John is writing of something that actually happened to him, a vision revealed to him by Christ. It may be a bit of speculation on my part, but I think that John is literally trying his best to write exactly what he saw. We've all seen the movies where someone from the past is carried into the future and they have no idea what they're seeing. Can you imagine first century John seeing an Apache helicopter rapid firing missiles and rockets? To me, I think that he was doing his best to clearly communicate what he saw to his readers while still doing justice to the vision given to him. So with that in mind, and without turning over every single rock, let's see what the angel reveals to John. I think the message is really simple. The identity of the woman and the beast are always subject to debate. But what stands out is that the woman, like the beast, is defeated by Christ. This is the theme of chapter 17. Now, I understand the woman to be the world system, especially the world economic system, and its pure lust for power and money. Some scholars see the woman as a specific city. Either way, she represents worldly gain and the lust for it. In verse 4, as I thought about her garments and the gold cup that she holds, they tell me the same message. She looks good on the outside, but inside she's full of sin. And she requires us to participate in her sin. In John's first epistle, 1 John 2, he tells us not to long for the things of this world, but to desire Christ. Now, God does not condemn a person for wanting a better house or a new car. He does not condemn people to want to be successful in business. He condemns those who make wealth their heart's desire. He condemns those who are willing to sacrifice their faith, sacrifice their Christian beliefs and their holy character to obtain and keep these worldly things. The woman in chapter 17 is using material gain and worldly pleasure to lure people away from Christ. But here's the good part, verse 12 through 14. The world has fallen away from Christ, and the rulers of the time will unite and give their power and authority to the beast, and they will make war against the Lamb. But the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords will overcome them. Christ wins. There's 66 books in the Bible, 1,189 chapters, and it was written over a time period of about 1,500 years by 40 different writers. From the very beginning, Satan has been at work, using one of his best tactics, try to convince God's people that they're missing out on something, when the opposite is true. Revelation 17 is both a warning and a promise. This fallen world will end. The woman and the beast seek worldly gain and will be destroyed. The King of Kings is still the King of Kings. This is the message John saw in his vision. But until then, Jesus said, "Seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added to you." The most repeated verse in the Bible, and it appears 365 times, is "Fear not." John is saying, believe in him, trust in him, and live for him, and fear not. Have a great day, Willowbrook.